Hello, I'm Maddie, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do 3 easy face paints. But that's not all. As I go through each of the looks, I'm going to share some awesome spooky facts for all of the designs because we love facts around here. Okay, are you ready? Great, let's get started. For this green witch look, you'll need a sponge and a brush, green, white and black paint with some optional glitter. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover my entire face with a base of a light green. Wow, this is going on so easily. How good does that look? And now for a bit more green, just to go on the high points of my face, because I think it's going to sort of make my face look less flat. Whilst I'm doing this, why don't we find out a little bit more about witches? Did you know that once upon a time, between the 15th and 17th century, people genuinely believed in witches? Thankfully, these days we know this to all be false, but innocent women were blamed for all sorts of bad luck. Bad crops? Witch. Unlucky in love? Definitely a witch. Apples gone mouldy? That was a witch. Ugh. Next thing you want to do is take a fine brush and you're going to draw some spider webs onto your face. Now, don't worry if the lines are a bit wibbly, it's just going to add to the spooky witchy feel. And I'm going to start by doing 4 or 5 lines just curving away from my eyebrow on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the other side. Oh, this is harder. And then join them together with some more short bendy lines. Now for the spiders. Draw one in the centre of the forehead. It needs a round body, a blob on the top of the head, and 8 spindly legs. Ooh, that looks quite good. This spider here is just going to be crawling over my forehead, but now I'm going to do a dangly one here coming down my cheek. But this time, rather than the head being at the top, the head is going to be at the bottom and the legs are going to point downwards, so it looks like it's crawling down my face. So now we have 2 spiders on our witchy face. Talking of which, in the past, it was also thought that witches had animal helpers called familiars. These were apparently evil spirits in the form of animals that could spy on people and do bad deeds. The most popular familiars were black cats and toads, which is why witches are often seen with these animals. However, our witch has 8-legged friends instead. Step 3 is just adding a bit of detail. So using a little more black, I'm going to just add some little dots around our design. It sort of makes the design pop a little bit. Oh, I tell you what, whilst we're here, why don't we do some stars as well? Just a little cross like that. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Yeah. A few little bubbles. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And now let's just do some extra detail on our spider webs. There! If you think of a witch, you probably picture her over a bubbling cauldron. Well, historically, women who were knowledgeable about plants were often blamed for being witches. These women knew how to brew herbal teas and tonics to help people feel better, but some people were scared they'd also make dark magical potions meant to cause harm. No dark magic here though, just an extra dab of purple glitter on the lips, and this is my final green spider witch look. She's ready for Halloween. What do you think? Ooh. A spooky skeleton. The best thing about this face paint is that you only need 2 colours, black and white. However, I wanted to try the face painting pens. I've not used these before and I think they're going to make it even easier. I'm going to use a sponge and the white paint to cover my whole face first, and then I'll just use the pen to go in with some detail. Looks like I've got a beard. I call this look the spooky skeleton, but really we're just painting a skull. So why don't we find out a bit more about them? Now, despite how it might look, a skull isn't one big bone. It's actually 22 bones fitted together like a jigsaw. Its main job is to protect your brain and support your squishy face. The foot bone's connected to the ankle bone. The ankle bone's connected to the leg bone. The leg bone's connected to the hip bone. Na-na-na. How does that song go? Do we think I've looked... Do you think I look enough like a ghost? Step 2 is to draw in the eye sockets and the nasal cavities. And I'm going to do it using the face painting pen. So I just need to twist up the paint until I see it coming out of the brush. Woo! Can you see that? I'm going to draw 2 circles around my eyes, and those are going to be the eye sockets. Oh, that was so easy. Okay, on the other side. As with all face painting, do not worry if these aren't perfect circles. Trust the process, the look will come together. I am so tempted to turn these into glasses right now, but no, we are doing a skeleton. Using the same pen, I'm just going to draw 2 thin triangles on either side of the nose. Game changer, absolute game changer. You could do a full look with just those 2. Amazing. Now I've drawn the outlines, all I need to do is fill them in. Perfect. And whilst I'm doing this, why don't you find out more about the holes we've got in our head?
Whilst we're on the eye sockets, did you know that your skull is full of holes too? Your eye sockets hold your eyeballs, and your nasal cavity lets air into the parts of your nose which help you smell, but there are other gaps too. Behind your eyes are openings called fenestra, meaning windows, which create space for muscles and make your skull lighter. Dinosaur skulls are recognisable because they had even more of these fenestra, with big gaps in front and behind their eyes.
Step 3 is the mouth. I'm going to colour in my lips, and then I'm going to extend a line either side up towards my cheeks, and then draw some little lines to give the impression of teeth. And I'm going to do a couple more on the lips as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks absolutely brilliant. So simple. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is add some cracks to the skull to make it look extra spooky. It turns out these cracks, they're not just for spooky effect. They actually have a purpose.
The cranium, that's the part covering your brain, is actually made of 8 different plates. When you're born, these bones are joined by flexible seams so the skull can grow. However, as you age, those seams fuse into solid, immovable joints called sutures, and those are the jagged lines that look like cracks.
And this is the finished spooky skeleton look. It was so easy. This is definitely one you should try at home. I've just got to be a spooky skeleton. Oh, no, that's more of a mummy. What do skeletons do? Bone rattle. Can my editor put in a sound effect? Brilliant. Okay, moving on.
Lastly, an adorable, super quick pumpkin face. All you need is orange, green and black, a sponge and a paintbrush, or you could just go in with a paintbrush pen again.
For our final look, I'm going to do an adorable pumpkin mask, which is perfect for anybody who doesn't want their entire face covered in paint. But for a little extra challenge, I'm actually going to see if I can do this entire face paint in 5 minutes. Do you think I can do it? I'm not entirely sure, but we will give it a good shot. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we are off. Now, first thing we're going to do is get some orange paint, and we are going to draw our pumpkin mask shape. And we're going all the way around our face to just below our nose, like that. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath already. All the way around to our noses. It's a good shape for a pumpkin because pumpkins are sort of like a little bit squashed at the top and the bottom anyway. And when you've done that, you just want to start filling it in my case, as quickly as possible because I've already lost 50 seconds. There we go. I'm not going to worry too much about filling in the eyes. I don't think we need to. But whilst I'm filling this in, I wonder if you could tell me, what actually is a pumpkin?
Although we think of them as vegetables, pumpkins are fruit. They're actually part of a family called the cucurbits that include courgettes, melons, and even squirting cucumbers that you may have already seen on my channel.
Ow!
But if pumpkins are fruit, does that make pumpkin soup a smoothie? Anyway, where were we?
3 minutes and 6 seconds left. Okay, I'm now cleaning my orange off the paintbrush and I'm going in with some black because we want to draw a black triangle on my nose. Line down the middle and then over to the nostrils and fill in that side. And then we'll do one on the other side as well. And whilst I'm neatening that up, I do wonder where the tradition for carving jack-o'-lanterns actually comes from.
One of the reasons we carve pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns at Halloween is because of the Gaelic festival Samhain that took place more than 1,000 years ago. During Samhain, celebrated from sunset on October 31st, Gaelic people from Scotland, Ireland and England would carve spooky faces into turnips and potatoes. These carved vegetables would then become lanterns to help ward off evil spirits.
What are we on? 2 minutes 15. I'm going to go around the edges with black, like so. And I'm going to finish off the bottom with some kind of quite cute little rounded sort of whoop, 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 like that. Sort of makes it look more like the base of a pumpkin. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And we still have 1 minute 38. And now for the stalk. So I'm going to go in with some green, which is sort of going to look a little bit like a janky witch's hat. Kind of a bit like that. Hey, that looks good. And once that's done, I'm just going to give it like some sort of spiky bottoms. As I still have 43 seconds, I'm going to take a very, very thin paintbrush and I'm just going to add some highlights. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a nice juicy pumpkin. There we go. I think that's done. 2, 1. Come on! How cool is that? In less than 5 minutes. That looks pretty good. I'm so happy with that. That's great, team. That is my third and final look. A pumpkin mask in less than 5 minutes. So there you go. 3 easy face paints. Perfect for Halloween that you should definitely try at home. Share this video with friends and family. Give us a like. Hopefully I'll see you soon. And as always, stay curious. Bye.